Everyone else in NBA history had done it. So now we have 60 losses for the Utah Jazz, the last franchise to ever lose 60 in a season. It happened tonight in Charlotte. We're talking about it on POSTCAST.
You are Locked On Jazz, your daily podcast on the Utah Jazz. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
David Locke along with Ron Boone as we come to you from Charlotte, your Utah Jazz radio team. We'll recap the Jazz loss to the Charlotte Hornets tonight, their 60th loss of the season, the first time ever in franchise history, the last franchise, according to Tim Lacombe of our radio team, ever in NBA history to lose 60 games in a season. They lose to the Hornets. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We'll give out some reliability pluses. Jazz were without their top 6-7 guys tonight and really actually played pretty well. And Ron and I will look at it. The other impact today, for those of you who care about this, is with the Hornets' 19th win of the season. In this win, it seems very unlikely that the Jazz will get to 19 wins at this point, meaning that the Jazz will just about be either go into the lottery with either the first or second odds. And then that is important because there are 4 teams that are picked. You could slide down as far as 4 spots. The Jazz now will either pick no worse than 5 or 6. The Hornets now at 19 will be the 3rd team with the most lottery odds. We'll find out whether that really matters. Who knows? Maybe we're going to find out that Charlotte gets the number 1 pick with the 3rd, and we'll regret and wish that we'd won tonight. You just never know with the lottery odds. But nonetheless, that is where the standings sit right now. This was an interesting one. So the Jazz had none of their starting 5 other than Isaiah Collier. They had no Sexton, no Collins, no Markkanen, no Kessler, no Clarkson. Am I missing anyone?
Collins.
John Collins. And so you really were relying on guys to play. And I thought they couldn't make shots early in the ball game. They made some shots later. The Jazz offense is last in the NBA over the last 10 games. But I generally thought there's not a lot to dislike about the way they played tonight.
I don't think so either. I think from watching and seeing what they were trying to accomplish, like yesterday and even this morning in practice, I thought it did filter into tonight's game. The movement, the shot selection, meaning don't pass up any catch and shoot plays because of the way you're playing. Your offense is filtering around the floor. So I think they just play the way that they, and I'm sure they have to be very pleased with that.
So there's an interesting one to this, and that is that, if you really want to get down to this game, and I know coaches don't always love to do this, but I'm just going to go to shot variance tonight. Charlotte ends up shooting 9 of 11 on corner threes. That's the game. Charlotte went 9 of 11 on corner threes. Jazz coaches might say 11's too many to give up, but 9 of 11, okay, it's a 40%, 38, 39, 40% shot. They went 9 of 11.
Yeah, that's totally the shot that you don't want to give up for the most part, is according to you. They got up 37 threes. I thought the Jazz were going to get up more threes. What did they have at the half?
The Jazz had 30. The Jazz had 30 threes at the half. They had 41 through 3 quarters. What did they have by the end of the night?
They ended up with
52?
With 41.
No, 52.
No, but 52.
Yeah,
right.
so they ended up taking 11 in the 3rd quarter and 11 in the 4th quarter as well.
Yeah. But for the most part, I think they got what they wanted. I didn't see many forced shots. I saw good ball movement offensively. Now, defense might be something that the coaches can complain about.
The defensive rating on the night was a 116. The Hornets is not a very good offensive team. That's a 1-0. They're a 108 offensive rated team. So for the Jazz to be at 116 means that Charlotte had a better than their usual offensive game along the way.
I found something surprising, though. They in the top 10 in offensive rebounds, and I think total rebounds.
So they're 7th best offensive rebounding team, 15th best defensive rebounding team. I mean, I thought the one thing without Walker tonight they, particularly late in the game, they just got to the rim anytime they wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that totally makes a big difference.
Tonight's broadcast of POSTCAST is brought to you, excuse me, give me 1 second, because I'm not going to be able to get an ad read done right now as I'm literally about to cough all over Ron Boone, and he doesn't like that much.
Oh, I don't think I would, David.
No, I mean, we've been together for a long time, but you would like that might be it. Anyway, today's show is brought to you by Game Time. Game Time, official ticketing app of Locked On. Nothing like watching basketball live. The energy of the crowd, the sound of the sneakers, the hardwood, maybe even a good old celebrity sighting like Ron Boone. If you want to catch a game in person, Game Time makes getting tickets easier than ever. Game Time's new feature, Game Time Picks, filters out the fluff, shows you only the best deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time scrolling through thousands of tickets. Easy ticket shopping on the Game Time app with amazing deals. Even highlights the super deals for you. With seat views, you can buy, no surprise fees, and the lowest price guaranteed. You can book with total confidence. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem your code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's game time. What are you boys over there doing? What are you boys doing? You know what Rudyard Kipling said? Thanks, Thurl. I'll text you what he said. Something about when the world's falling apart, if you can still laugh and giggle, the world is yours, my son.
Ooh.
I was being nice. What are y'all laughing about?
Those guys are crazy.
You know, I think tonight's probably weird for our audience. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, because you and I are a little bit like a married couple who have like their sides of the broadcast. And we're on the wrong sides right now.
What's Lacey talking about tonight?
Lacey hasn't said that. I'm just mentioning this. I'm always on that side, and you're always on this side.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
Right.
I'm always
We're
on the left
backwards
side.
today.
Right.
I bet
You're
you it's
backwards.
weird for people.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about, Ron? We've kind of derailed the show.
Yes.
60 losses, Ron.
Thoroughly bored.
Last franchise in NBA history to lose 60 games in a season.
I'd say that's totally awesome. This shows the success that the Jazz have had. The franchise has been so good for so many years, especially in the 90s and maybe early 80s. You know, pretty strong.
All right, let's go back to the game. I'm going to be serious for a second. I thought there were two things of importance tonight. Kyle starts the night like 0 for 7 or 8, bounces back. What do you see in the fact that he played through that?
Well, I thought early in the ball game it was like looking to score more, and his shots are really off. I mean, he wasn't even close on some of those shots that he was taking. And for the most part, he let the game come to him. But I thought in the second half, if you make a shot, you know, something good happens. He rebounded very well. I think he ended up with 13 rebounds, and 3 of those coming on the offensive glass. So you get to the point where you're doing other things well. And I think his first bucket may have been a layup, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, on an inbound pass across the paint, if you recall.
Yeah, and so you get started from that point. But he came back the second half and was very reliable.
Okay, the other moment of the game, Keyonte really had just kind of a meltdown. He came in the game, he threw one away, then he committed an offense foul, then he got a technical. How did you think he bounced back from that?
I thought Keyonte looked very good tonight, and I'm basing that on strictly some things that we've talked about with him, how he's always beckoning for someone to come set a pick so he can do it. I thought he was swinging the basketball, and he was moving very well without the basketball, and as a result, he ended up getting 20 shots. So which means you don't need to bring this guy to you all the time. You know, you can get those 20 shots within the floor of the offense.
That's a good point. Isaiah Collier breaks John Stockton's rookie assist record. John started 5 games this rookie year, played all 82, of course. Collier breaks it today with 7 assists. He also had 17 points. He really is something in the open floor.
He is the fastest of them all, maybe faster
than Ricky Green. That's interesting.
Yeah, but that's
a much better comp to his game than John Stockton.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But he might be better finisher at the rim than Ricky Green there as well.
He wasn't when the year started. He's really developed that.
Yeah, I get the feeling that he used that in college and he just wasn't getting away with it early in his career here. But boy, he's found a way to use his speed, the bump and shoot. I mean, I like it.
Ron's got a new term, everybody. It's the bump and shoot. We're using it on the broadcast because Ron created it.
Okay.
It's called the bump and shoot. All right, Ron Boone. You got some reliability pluses to hand out tonight?
I really like the effort from everyone.
Yeah. They played well tonight. Close game, good battle, never led. They had about 6 or 7 chances to lead tonight and never
or tie, yes.
And never got over it.
And never got over it. And I got 6 reliabilities tonight.
6?
Yeah.
6?
I'm getting Johnny Juzang 1, even though he didn't rebound and no assists and everything, but I thought he made some big shots. And I just thought, he's a -3, which is...
he goes in double digits, I think, for like the 6th straight game now since he's gotten time. So he's showing some consistency.
Minutes is everything. Johnny, Kyle, especially the way he played in the second half.
14 points, 13 rebounds for his 11th double-double of the season.
Since about 19, 5 for 10 from the three-point line. I think his first 5 shots were threes, first 4, something like that, were 3-point shots, and ended up with 7 assists. With 5 assists. And then Collier, obviously, he deserved 1 as well. 20 for Keyonte, and strictly by had nothing to do with the 20 points that he scored, more so to do with the way he played and played with everyone.
Yep.
If that makes any sense. Then Oscar. I just love him out there on the floor, man. He just can get after it.
He gave Nurkic the business the first time out. Nurkic came back at him a little bit the second time. And Nurkic checked out 4 minutes in the game because Nurkic couldn't handle Oscar Tshiebwe's energy. What's going on over
George's people.
Whose people?
George. See George right
Rodman?
Here? Yeah, those are all his people.
Those are his people?
Yeah, they were all cheering him when he walked up.
The challenger?
Yeah.
He went 0 for 1 tonight. Could have cost him the game.
He just heard you.
0 for 1 with the crowd in there. Oh, man. All right. That is your reliability pluses. We're going to join you from Houston. Thank you for being with us. We actually super appreciate it, honestly. Like in all seriousness for a second, like if this is the 60th loss and you're still with Ron and I, we're really appreciative of that you've stuck with us, been a part of this journey. And when we get Cooper Flagg, it's all worth it because we're just going to manifest it. That's the only way. No. No hoping. We're going to get Cooper Flagg. And then we're going to get AJ the next year, and then we're set. Just manifest it. See ya. Have a good night.